Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to explain what is inventory control account. We should know why this inventory control account is useful to use in the purchase module. Okay, let me give you one example. In case if you are giving a purchase order to a supplier, based on the purchase order, your supplier will send the goods. Okay, he has to send the goods along with the invoice. In some cases, what happens is due to some urgency of the raw materials, you may request your supplier to send the required goods as early as possible. Now, sometimes what happens, a supplier may not have the uh, whole quantity what you have ordered, he may have the partial quantity. So, if you are fulfilled with the partial quantity, you may request him to send the quantity whatever he has. Okay, in that case, what happens? Okay, whenever you receive an inventory, okay, through MRN, okay, the stocks will get updated. Normally in accounts, what we do is we update the purchase account and we also update the supplier account. So in the accounting scenario, the purchase account will be debited and supplier account will be credited. So without entering a purchase order, if you take your physical stocks compared to your purchase value, okay, then there will be a lot of difference when you take a physical stocks. Now you will get an excess stocks than the purchase stocks. Now how to control this? So for this reason only we will use the inventory control account. Let me show you how to implement that inventory control account in the purchase module now. Let me log in into the ERP with the credentials. When you log in into the ERP, first you need to issue the purchase order to your supplier. Here I have one purchase order. Okay, I have issued this purchase order to vendor A, so and so item, 200 numbers. Okay, with the so and so price and the taxes whatever it is applicable. Once the purchase order is issued, your vendor will send the goods based on your priority. So whenever he sends the goods, I will enter my MRN. Okay, I'll go to my pending purchase orders. I'll pick this and I'll convert this. So now I have my purchase order copied into the MRN. Here in the purchase account, you have to give inventory control account. Okay, this inventory control account, let me show you, just edit and show you. This type should be, account type should be inventory. Okay, so you have to create one account called inventory control account as well as supplier control account. Okay, here you have to give the vendor A and then give the required product details from the purchase order. In the footer you have to create one field called supplier control. Okay, for this I have given a account posting. I'll just show you once it is saved. I'll just save this. So it is asking me to put the warehouse. So whenever you receive the stocks, you have to update your warehouse, which is must. So let me select W1 as my warehouse and then save. Now you see it has saved. Now if I go to this voucher and see the posting details, see here my inventory control is debited and supplier control is credited. Even though I have entered the vendor details, it has credited supplier control account. Now how this has happened? So let me explain that. Here I'll just go to the settings. First thing you have to remember, in the miscellaneous you have to tick these options: do not restrict, account type 1 and account type 2. Then you have to give the update FA and update stocks. Here in edit screen, in the footer I have created one field called supplier control. For this I have given a posting called supplier control account. Now what is this supplier control account? It's a virtual account of the vendor. So one account will be enough to create that. Now why this supplier control account is useful? Whenever you take the financial trail balance, then whatever the stocks excess you have, for that stocks it has to be accounted. So this entry should appear in the trail balance and balance sheet. So for that reason we have to create this account. Okay, once this account is created, give the postings, required postings. Then the type should be, the supplier control account type should be, I'll show you now. Now you see, let me edit this. I have given as a liabilities. So you have to create this account and give the type as liabilities. Okay, so two accounts we have to create. One is inventory control account, one another is supplier control accounts. After creating these accounts, map the supplier control account in the MRN. Okay, now let me see how the trail balance appears now. I'll just go to my trail balance. Okay, I'll just press OK. Now you see here it is saying inventory control has 25,000 debit and supplier control has 25,000 credit. Whenever the finance team will see these figures, they can understand there are some bills not yet received. Okay, for the bills what yet not received, the stocks has been received but the purchase bill has not yet received. For those transactions, this inventory control account should be configured and managed. Okay, so this is how the trail balance appears. Let me go to the balance sheet. Now you see here also in the balance sheet I'll get these accounts. So this is how the finance team can see the financial figures. Okay, now what happens when the supplier will send the bills? So let me explain that also. I'll go to local purchase voucher. Now I'll select the pending MRN. Okay, I'll convert this. Okay, local MRN. Okay, let me go to the pending purchase voucher. Local purchase voucher. I'll select this and convert. Now all the details are copied. Now here I have to give my purchase account. Okay, here what happens is the taxes will be updated, where in MRN the taxes will not be updated. Okay, let me show you that. I will give the bill number. I'll just save this. Now when I save this, I can post this bill to the supplier account. Now let's see what happens when the posting will appear. I go to the posting details. Here you see the purchase account is debited, vendor account is credited. Also you see my inventory control which was debited in the MRN, now it is credited. Here the supplier account is debited. Now what I have did for this, let me show you. I'll go to settings. Here in the edit screen, in the footer, I have created one supplier control account. Okay, I just click here. Now you see here I have given two accounts, debit and credit, supplier control account and then inventory control account. Like this you have to set these two accounts in the purchase voucher. Okay, also make sure that in the MRN, local MRN, okay, when you go to settings, in the edit screen, in the CGST, SGST and whatever taxable fields are there, tax fields, for this add to net should be not applicable. Okay, because we will not post any taxes till the invoice is received. Okay, so for all the fields you have to give it as add to net as not applicable. Okay, this is one more setting which you have to keep a note. One more setting which you have to do in accounts master is when you go to the vendor account, okay, trade payables account, I'll go to home, masters, accounts. Here you search for a trade payable. Now this is my trade payable account. In this trade payable account, in the properties, here you have to give consolidate always. Okay, if you don't give this, then these postings will not happen properly. So make sure that this group you have to give this consolidate always on the trade payables group. So it will be applicable for all the accounts whichever is there in the trade payable group. So this is how you can control the inventory control account. Now let me see the trail balance. Now when I go to the trail balance, now you see here there is no more inventory control account or supplier control account. Now you see my vendor account is credited, my purchase account is debited. So this is how the control accounts will work. So in the next upcoming videos I will also show you how to use the control accounts in other modules also, like when you do a sales, how to control the cash, credit card, checks, payments. This all I will just show you in the next upcoming videos. Okay, this is how the inventory control account will work and supplier control account will work. So if you like my video, please subscribe and give a like. Thank you.